Hey guys, Lindsay from Deliciously Ordinary, and today I decided to take the opportunity to show you guys how to do a floral arrangement using items from your front yard, your backyard, around your neighborhood, basically things that anybody can find. And some of this is definitely going to be dependent on where you live and the restrictions in your area, but even if you can't find stuff in your front yard, there are also items that you can find in your home. So some of the stuff I'm going to show you, you could substitute pipe cleaner, popsicle sticks, pencils that you paint. So there's a lot of ways to get creative with this, but I'm going to showcase some stuff that I found around my area. And I do not know the names of most of them, but that's okay. We are in funky time, so we're just going to get funky with it. So I went out and I looked for things that had a variety of color and texture and items that I probably traditionally wouldn't have used. But I really love designing in this way because it challenges me to think outside of the box and to look for things that I wasn't necessarily looking for under other circumstances. So one example of this would be florals that maybe don't hold up for a long period of time. Well, guess what? Right now, we are living in the moment and just minute by minute, things are changing. So why not use florals that we can really enjoy and maybe wouldn't normally use because they are really they bloom quickly. So that's some things to consider. So some of the stuff that I gathered was, this is actually, I do know the name of this guy. So this is a Bradford pear. And there's a lot of these in our community. I actually text a friend and said, hey, can I clip some from your tree? And she was more than happy to offer that up. And so these guys are really beautiful. They have a lot of blooms on one stem. They don't smell traditionally good, but they do have an aroma and it's not bad. So I don't mind bringing it into my home, but it does have a scent. The other one is daffodils, which in our area, depending on where you're living, these guys are popping up everywhere and they're so beautiful and they're pretty hardy. I mean, they only last in water a couple days, but that's okay. Like I said, even if something's only going to last a day, let's enjoy it while we can. These are, again, I don't know the name of a lot of this stuff. I'm a florist. I don't know. And you know what? That's okay. But these guys are just really fuzzy and they have this beautiful honey color. And yeah, so I have some other stuff. So this one in particular, this is, look, it's literally falling apart as I do it. This is from a magnolia tree, and they're the pink ones, and these guys don't last that long. I typically wouldn't put these in an arrangement, but right now I want to. They're beautiful, beautiful pink color. They have a lot of blooms on one stem, so I'm going to use these guys. I have these guys are a type of thistle, and these guys are really, I don't know if you can see them. Let's see. These guys are, their stem is really spiky, so if I used shears to cut them, and then I also, to take the thorns off of the stem, you can take your scissors like this, and then kind of go like this. I'm not going to do it over my carpet right now because then I'm going to have thorns on my carpet. So if you were going to do that, you'd want to do it over a trash can or something, but you can just scrape the scissors just up the stem and it will take off a lot of those thorns. I had some ivy in my backyard. I have some other grasses. These have this beautiful honey color. And then, admittedly, guys, my Christmas tree is still sitting in my backyard. The city is supposed to pick it up, but now it has this beautiful golden hue to it. So I have that guy. And then some dried leaves that also have that same honey golden color that I really, really, really love. So also you guys can use kind of whatever vase that you have on hand. So kind of a traditional floral vase, or you can use a jar. You don't have to have, you don't have to have a normal vase to put flowers in water. So I have this guy I got in an antique shop a while ago. I love it. And I am going to use that guy. So I'm just going to start to pull stuff together. And what I want to keep in mind is that I want to have a variety of height and I want to have a variety of texture. And I just want to really enjoy the process. So don't worry what it looks like. Florals and organic materials like this are so beautiful on their own that you cannot screw this up. And as a florist, I don't think I should be saying that because, then everyone, I don't know, maybe, like everyone's going to go out and be a florist. I'm not worried about that. Anyone can do this. Florals are beautiful. So something you do want to consider is anything that has florals below the waterline, you would take off. So this guy has a lot going on. I'm going to take off this bottom guy, just pull him off, and I'm just going to pop this guy in. And I like to have kind of a, I like asymmetrical, I like things that are imperfectly perfect. So really don't worry about it being too symmetrical at all. So just kind of want a variety of colors and, you know, trim stems if you want. And sometimes like to get kind of where I want to trim it, I'll hold it and just see like, okay, like I like that height, you know, and then, or I'll hold it and be like, I think I want it a little lower, you know. And I'm just going to kind of spread these guys out. This guy, I just spilled all the water. That's going to be fun to clean up. Just water. So this guy, he's bent. So this guy I would not use because he's not going to hydrate as well. So I'm going to just set him aside. And some of these like wildflowers and materials like this, they are more tender and they are a little bit more fragile. So you have to just kind of be mindful of that. And, you know, again, they may only last a day. And right now, that's okay, man. So we're just going to be looking for, again, height variety. I like to work in odd numbers. So with these thistle guys, I'm going to do 3 and I'm going to cluster them. And they're already pretty short, so I don't want to get them any lower. I'm just going to do a cluster of those guys right there. I have a bunch of these daffodils. I want another yellow daffodil, I think, right with these guys. So then there will be 3 and 2 more of the white will make 5, which will give me that odd number that I really like. So just gonna keep building and just enjoy it. So this grass, I think I'm gonna cluster these guys too. And see, the stems are uneven, so I'm just gonna even those guys out. And I'm gonna keep it pretty tall over on this side. There we go. Let's see, I think I'm gonna add a magnolia to bring that pink in. I'm gonna cut off this guy and maybe keep him pretty tall as well. And some of these like nubs, I'm gonna trim off just so it doesn't make the other stems down in there get too congested. I'm gonna cut them off as best I can. It's gonna be really fun to clean all of these pieces out of my carpet. I did not think through this all that well, but I don't typically use my living room to assemble florals, so bear with me. And there, so it'll start to create kind of a grid on the bottom, regardless of what vessel you use, and so it'll start to allow them to kind of stand up on their own and kind of, again, it'll create this grid of the stems down. We'll do that for you guys. So I'm going to bring in these guys, and you want different height, different textures, and I can't really see, so, you know, turn it, see what it looks like from each side. If you want it forward facing, you don't have to worry about the back and you can just concentrate the blooms forward. That's personal preference depending on where you're putting it. These guys, I'm going to strip the florals from the bottom. I'll put them in here. Let's get some yellow on that side to kind of balance the yellow from this side. So I like asymmetrical, but you want some kind of balance. And I have not done one of these tutorials before, so I don't know if anybody is going to get much value from it, but it's giving me something to do to create and keep a little bit of my sanity right now. So I had some of these other sticks that had this really cool kind of orange hue. I'll pop those guys in there. And you know, it might get a little tight at the bottom once you add a lot of blooms depending on the vessel. And if you kind of twist as you go down, you can kind of get nestled in there pretty well. So let me see how this guy's looking. Looks pretty good. He looks a little empty right here, so I think I'm gonna add something in right there. Maybe another one of these, so I'll probably add in, I don't know, again, I like odds, but I'm also not too freakish about that. Just kind of do what I want, yo. Anyways, yeah, so we just kind of build on it. Just have fun with it. Can't screw it up. Nobody's judging you. No one's gonna see it. in your home right now. Share your pictures with me, actually. I take it back. I want everybody to see it. If you do this right now, if you go out and you forage and you create an arrangement, please share it with us. We will judge you with love and appreciation and admiration of what beauty you have created under these difficult of times. So, and also, right, my video has shut off, so I cannot see myself. So I am going in blind. I can't see my arrangement back at me, but that's okay, man. Whatever. Just gonna keep building. And bring in some of this guy. Okay, this guy has, I'm gonna strip the needles. I'm gonna do it right in here. Maybe. Go. Let's see how this guy's looking. It looks pretty. I love it. Oh, and that pine from my Christmas tree. My goodness. See, there's a reason things happen. There's a reason my Christmas tree is still in my front yard waiting to be picked up. It was for this very purpose. So I can make an arrangement on my living room floor, speaking to myself. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. And actually, even that, this is my like scraps. Like that looks really beautiful. Like, you know, this is the time to just embrace like really simple beauty all around us. Do it, baby. Do it. So, oh my gosh. Like, oh, so good. So good. So good. That's what you get when you're arranging by yourself. Okay, so this guy is being funky. What you doing? Honestly, I feel really good about this. I'm going to add one more magnolia on the opposite side, I think, maybe, if I can. And let's pop this guy off. Here we go. That's a little droopy. Let's see. Okay, I feel good. Let's see. This is not a professional video. I have no idea what I'm doing. So, you know, it is what it is. Probably just embarrassing myself slightly. That's okay. No shame, baby. No shame in my game. Okay, I'm going to call it good on this because I feel really good about it. It has a lot of texture. It has height variety. I wish these thistles were a little bit longer, but that's okay. And I'm going to break my rule. I'm going to pop another thistle in there because I love them so much. I'm going with 4. This is a time where rules do not apply, except for some rules that say you should stay inside, because those apply, and please, please, please stay inside for everybody. So anyways, this is Lindsay with Deliciously Ordinary. This is my arrangement, and I encourage you guys to make one and send me pictures.